So hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for yet another FIFA 17 experiment here on this channel. Today it's another tournament based one rather than a career mode one, and we're going to be seeing what happens when the Under-20s World Cup happens on the game instead of in real life. Now for those that don't know, this tournament occurred in South Korea, or finished a few days ago, and England won their first World Cup at any sort of age level since 1966, coming out on top thanks to a goal from Dominic Calvert-Lewin against Venezuela. Freddie Woodman was also a hero, the goalkeeper from Newcastle, because he saved a penalty from Adalberto Peñaranda, who plays for Granada, I think, in the Spanish league. Regardless of that, though, it was a very good tournament, and I wanted to see basically what would happen if it happened on FIFA. So today the experiment is we're going to be pitting 16 under-20 squads against each other at national level in a tournament format like you would see in real life with the group stages and then the knockout stages, and we're going to see which one comes out on top. Now, some teams are not present because either they're not on the game, so that's the likes of Japan and South Korea who are in the tournament but they don't have a national team on FIFA 17, or they don't have enough players. So unfortunately Venezuela, who made it to that final in real life, are not in this experiment because they only have 6 players under the age of 20 on FIFA 17. So that explains why some teams aren't present. If you're going to enjoy this experiment, then make sure to slap a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But for now, let's check out the teams that are going to be taking part in this tournament. So this is going to be your quickfire guide to the teams and the starting 11s involved in this tournament. And first of all, we've got Argentina. Very good attack and very good midfield, the likes of Lo Celso, Escobar, Pavon, Driussi, but maybe slacking a little bit in defence. The worst team in the tournament in terms of rating is Australia. You can see not many players above 65 at all. Gersbach is their best player, their left back from Rosenborg in real life. Belgium, very decent side as you would expect, the likes of Tielemans, Muzonda, Sibe Shrivers, Theo Bongonda, Timothy Castagna. We've got Brazil here, again repping for South America. Malcolm on the right hand side, of course, Gabriel Jesus, Danilo, Kennedy and Andreas Pereira, as well as Mateus Pereira too. The only African side in this tournament is Cameroon. They've got some decent players as well, Joseph Minala and D there at attacking mid, and their best player is Andre Onana from Ajax. Now we move on to Chile. They've got Jason Vargas, Galdamez, Carreño, Bolados. They're all players who are very popular in career mode because they've got good potentials. Staying in South America, we've got Colombia. Davinson Sanchez is really their standout player. They've got Borre up front as well. Here's England with the hybrid of the players that did so well at the tournament and some others. Rashford and Ali coming in, but the likes of Lookman and Woodman and Henry still very much present. France look very, very strong. Mbappe, Lotin, Lamar, Dembele, Tuzar, Kimpembe, Lafont. It's a really, really good side, as well as San Maximin, who did well at the tournament. Germany here as well, again very strong. Dahoud, Jonathan Tah, Werner, Maya, Gnabry, Amiri, Julian Brandt, so many good players. Italy, who have the actual top scorer in the real life tournament, Riccardo Orsolini up front. On top of that, they've got Locatelli, Pellegrini, and of course Gianluigi Donnarumma in between the sticks. Now moving to the CONCACAF area, we've got Mexico with Montes at the back. Irving Lozano is really their main player, and Pineda as an attacking mid, Raul Gudinho in goal. Holland, or the Netherlands, sorry, I keep calling them Holland, the Netherlands here. Lucassen, Riedeval, Saint-Just, Fosu Mensah, Sinkgraven from Ajax as well. A really good defence mainly for the Netherlands. Portugal, though, with a very good attack and maybe a slightly weak defence. Guedes, Andre Silva, Renato Sanchez and Jota going forward, but a weak defence as I mentioned. Now moving on to the penultimate team, which is Spain. As you would expect, very strong there. Ruben Blanco, Jorge Mere and Borja Mayoral, the ones to watch out for. And finally, we've got the USA. Their main player, of course, being Christian Pulisic, the man who's been doing so well in real life with the likes of Carter Vickers and Hinman involved. But now it is time to get into the experiment proper. So here we are, just about to start the tournament then. You can see the teams that are involved in the background. We'll go through the groups at a later date, but these are the 16 teams. You'll have seen their squads one moment ago when I was introducing the video and introducing the teams involved. And here you can see them in ratings order, just so you can get an idea for how good these teams are and maybe who the favourites are. There's plenty of 3.5-star and 3-star teams. In fact, there's 11 of them. There's only 5 teams that aren't 3-stars. So there's a lot of teams that could potentially win this tournament. I've already explained that Venezuela aren't involved because they aren't on the game, or a lot of their players aren't on the game, which is a shame. And that's the reason why some of the other teams aren't involved. EA, unfortunately, haven't really gone all out when it comes to national teams. So a lot of the ones that were actually in the tournament aren't on the game, full stop. Okay, so you've seen the squads, you've seen the teams that are going to be taking part in this tournament. So let's take a look at the groups before we get towards the end of the group stages. It would make a lot more sense to actually check them out before we start simming. We've got 4 groups for this tournament. tournament because there's 16 teams, so 4 groups of 4, as you would see in Under-20 World Cup in real life. I do believe there were 16 teams in that as well. Of the teams that are involved, though, here is Group A. We've got Argentina, Cameroon, Belgium, and Spain in this one. It should be quite a close one. I'm hoping Cameroon can do bits and cause a surprise. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Argentina and Belgium and Spain all pretty equal, so that could be 3 into 2 doesn't go. Group B is Germany, Chile, the United States, and England. Germany, I think, are probably the favourites in this one, but again, there's only 3 games played in each group, so one bad result for Germany, and it could be looking pretty bad for them. Group C is France, Italy, Mexico, and Colombia. Probably the most equally matched group out of any of them, really. A lot of the teams there are sort of the same quality. And finally, Group D is Portugal, Brazil, Australia, and the Netherlands. I'm calling them the Netherlands this time because I got told off for calling them Holland last time, which is fair enough. The Netherlands is, of course, more accurate, but Portugal and Brazil are definitely the favourites in this group. We'll have to see whether either Australia or the Netherlands can cause a shock, although Australia are the worst team in this entire tournament, so we'll have to wait and see whether that's actually doable or not. Right then, so it's time to sim to the end of the group stages, and we'll see how things look at the end of it. Right, you lot, I don't think you're ready for the pandemonium that I'm about to share with you, because this is ridiculous. The group stages have come to a conclusion, and they're different to what I expected them to be, let's be honest. Group A has gone somewhat down the line of what I expected it to be. Spain have come out on top with 7 points. That's fair enough. They're the best team statistically in the group. Argentina have come second. Realistically, it was always going to be between them and Belgium. But Cameroon have picked up a win and 3 points in the group, so props to them. They've done well. And they've even beaten Belgium, who didn't pick up a single win. Group B is perhaps the maddest thing I've ever seen in my life, to be quite honest with you. Chile have come out on top with 7 points. Okay, they've got some good players. Galdamez, Jason Vargas. Fair enough. Alright, that's okay. Not what I expected, but okay. That's understandable. 2-star rated, or 2.5-star rated United States have come second. They've beaten Germany, who were like the second best team in the entire tournament. So Germany are out, and England are out. England, who won the Under-20 World Cup in real life, have gone out bottom in the group stages. Group C is, quite frankly, carnage as well. France have utterly dominated. That looks like a bad sign for the rest of the tournament as far as I'm concerned. They've scored 11 goals and conceded only 1, and they've not dropped any points yet, so they've gone through with 9. And Mexico, from Central America, from CONCACAF, I think it's called. I think that's what the area is called. They've got 6 points. Colombia have got 3, and they finished third. And Italy, again, one of the teams that did well in the tournament in real life, are going home, this time with 0 points. At least England got some points. And finally, Group D doesn't get any more predictable either, because Brazil have gone home, who were like the 3rd best team in the entire tournament. So Brazil have gone home. South America's slacking there, although Chile have made it through, but Brazil have gone home at the expense of Portugal, who also didn't drop any points and didn't concede a single goal in the group stages, and the Netherlands have gone through as well. That's pretty understandable. There's only 16 teams in the entire tournament, so we go straight into the quarterfinals rather than seeing a round of 16 beforehand. So we're down to the last 8 in this Under-20 World Cup, and here is how the quarterfinals have been drawn. We've got Portugal versus the United States. Now on paper that should be an easy win for Portugal, but the US getting this far is quite a surprise. I'm guessing Christian Pulisic has done a very good job for them, so they might be the giant killers of the entire tournament. We'll have to wait and see. Pretty difficult test for both Spain and the Netherlands in the quarterfinals. They've been drawn up against each other. France and Argentina is another titanic clash over on the other side of the tournament tree, and Chile and Mexico will also be playing each other. 2 3-star teams as far as I can remember. So the quarterfinals have come to a close, and now we've reached the semi-finals of the Under-20 World Cup, and here is how it is looking. So the United States couldn't carry on their dream of giant killings, but getting to the last 8 is a very good showing from them, and they only went out on penalties to Portugal as well, so that could have gone either way. They even managed to hold one of the best teams in the tournament for 120 minutes before it went to penalties, where unfortunately for the US, Portugal went through, and they'll be playing in an all-European semi-final because Spain beat the Netherlands as well in the same scoreline in penalties as well. On the other side, France continue to be imperious. They've beaten Argentina 2-1 in the quarterfinals, so they are through to the semis to face the only non-European side left which is Chile, who won by the same scoreline against Mexico. But anyway, it's time to sim the semi-finals and see what happens there. Potentially big issue for France. Dembele is out injured for 2 days with a bruised shoulder, but obviously when the games are coming thick and fast like they will in this tournament, he might actually genuinely miss the semi-finals. So we'll see whether Chile can use that to their advantage and beat the French. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived. It is Spain versus France in the final. Spain came out 3-2 winners actually against Portugal. That must have been one hell of a game to watch as a neutral. That must have been very entertaining, especially with the teams, with the players that are on show for both teams and the amount of flair involved. So Spain coming out on top in a bit of a thriller, and to be fair, Chile gave France a pretty good game as well, but France did come out on top 2-1 to face Spain in the final. We're going to be watching the sim. I won't watch the entire game, but we'll be watching the sim rather than just simming after the final, because that's a bit anticlimactic. It really doesn't get much better for France. I mean, they were definitely the favourites going into this tournament. They were the best team in the tournament, but it might just be an issue of injuries that just completely screws them over, because first of all, Dembele was out of the semi-final, and now Kylian Mbappé-Lotin is out of the final. He's pulled his hamstring. That's their main striker gone. Can France overcome that to still beat Spain? So this is it. The FIFA 17 Under-20 World Cup final has arrived. There's been a lot of twists and turns and drama already, of which I, to be honest, wasn't really expecting, so I'm quite happy that it's occurred. We've already got a bit of a storyline going into it, because France are without their main man Mbappé-Lotin. It is going to be time for Augustin, the new striker, to try and write his name into the history books, along with the likes of Lamar, Saint-Maximin, who did very well at the tournament in real life, Ousmane Dembele, Lucas Touzard. There's some very good players on either side, and we're going to have to see which one comes out on top. It's Spain versus France in the FIFA 17 Under-20 World Cup final. Coming towards the end of the first half, and it is goalless. I'm guessing a pretty cagey affair. No one wants to lose the game, but Sergi Canos, the ex-Liverpool winger, he's probably not even played a game all tournament, has come off the bench and scored, and with 10 minutes to go, it looks as if Spain are going to take it. And no, they don't, because Thomas Lemar scores in the 90th minute. Oh my goodness, I was about to congratulate Spain there, but I might still be congratulating them, because Roca, one of the central midfielders, has in fact won it for them with 10 minutes of extra time to go. France almost snatched it after all that they've been through in terms of injuries. They almost snatched it in the final minute to take it to extra time, but Roca, who I think is the defensive midfielder of all players, so very unlikely heroes for Spain, but Spain have won the final of FIFA 17 2-1 against the favourites, really, France. I mean, France might not have won the tournament, but they can certainly say they've done a clean sweep of the top scorers list. For all of the top four are French in terms of top scorers, and Mbappé-Lotin, the man that was missing from the final, it's bittersweet for him, I guess. He gets the golden boot for the tournament, but he's missing from the final, and his team loses, arguably because of that pulled hamstring that he got in the semi-finals. Saint-Maximin also got 3 goals, as well as Ousmane Dembele, and Lamar got 2 to his name, as well as Orellana from Chile, Munir and Angelino, the left-back from Spain. Jairo Riedewald, as well as centre-back from the Netherlands, was their top scorer, ahead of Herving Lozano and Alexis Blin from France. Sergi Canos, the man who scored in the final, did get 2 goals. We've got Giovanni Lo Celso from Argentina and Fornals from Spain. Andre Silva, Gabriel Jesus as well performing, and Marcus Rashford getting 2 goals. Assists-wise, and Luzamba came massively out on top in that. I don't think is he even 70 rated? I think he might be 71 or something, but he clearly played a lot of games for France because he got 6 assists. Munoz and Soler got 3 apiece. Nuri from the Netherlands got 2. Herving Lozano and Mbappe as well getting 2. Beyond that, we've also got Timo Werner, we've got Acosta, Saint-Maximin, Galdamez, Boré from Colombia, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the man who won England the Under-20 World Cup in real life, is also here, as well as Jameson IV from the United States, Danilo, Guedes, Van Amerstorff, Buscaglia and the rest. And finally, clean sheets. Only 8 goalkeepers got clean sheets in the entire tournament, but Bernardoni from France got the most with 2, along with Batista from Portugal, who also shared responsibilities in between the sticks with Joel Perez Pereira, he got 1 as well. Dolla, the 77 rated goalkeeper from Cameroon playing for Ajax, he got 1, as well as Broderson of Germany, Nadeson of Brazil, Acevedo from Mexico, and Minho from Argentina. But that really does draw to a close this experiment and the Under-20 World Cup if it was to happen on FIFA 17. We've seen what happens if it happens in real life, but in the end it is Spain who come out on top from Brazil. I was about to say Brazil for some reason. Spain who come out on top from France in the game itself, which I suppose is unsurprising. Two of the strongest teams, massive underperformers, England I guess, Germany and Brazil all going home in the group stages, and the big overachievers, the likes of Chile, maybe Mexico and the US as well. Some really good players involved in this. You'll have seen all the squads at the start as well, and I'm sure a lot of them will have really good careers ahead of them. But regardless of that, that is basically the end of this one. If you've enjoyed it, then make sure to slap a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much. And as ever, you can always suggest your ideas for experiments in the comments section. You can now also follow me on Twitter. My handle is on the screen. It is @theofficialfng, and links to it are in the description. But apart from that, it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Come to the vape looking like gold, made this with Kurt Angle boots on. And I don't wear the boot on, but they got normal shoes on. You're the like yo with the shoe from, get them to the yo Uncle Jar. I ain't got a flex on no one, I'm the original Don. Come to the vape looking like gold, made this with Kurt Angle boots on.